Huge thanks you. Tell your mans to chill. Yo, who mans is this? Somebody come get us.
What is up, y'all? Who crew, what it do? It is your boy Lil Benji, and I'm here again with another video, man. I'm looking kind of crispy. I got a Dewey on. But look, y'all, I'm really baffled, flabbergasted, amazed, bamboozled. I'm just lost. I don't know what happened in the Kansas versus Kansas State game, man. That was just crazy. But now that it's kind of died down a little bit and some of the aftermath has been going on, be able to check some of it out. So I know a lot of y'all pretty much know what happened. We can check out a little bit of it. Kansas is beating the heck out of their rival, in-state rival, might I add, Kansas State. It's always a super packed, deep, and intense game. Beating the heck out of them. Give it to Sosa, big man. But I guess he was just bringing it up, not thinking anyone's gonna try him. He beats the heck out that shot and then walks over to the guy and it's like, yeah. You know, a lot of insult to injury. And then the Kansas State guys kind of flood the court, which entices the Kansas guys to come to the court. But honestly, the game, that block kind of ended the game. The buzzer went off and everything. So I guess the guys, there may not have been malicious intent initially, right? The buzzer went off. The game is over. The Kansas State guys might have just ran over there to be like, hey, man, let's get our guy. You just see 10 people or however people from, they not with you, right? They flood the scene. You're going to act instinctively or reactively. And sometimes their reaction may not be the best. So you're going like, boom, they're jumping me. They're doing whatever. I'm by myself. I'm a lone wolf. So they antagonize him and he reacts. And so in this situation, he's the guy that gets penalized the most because he goes over there and picks up a chair after he throws some punches. And then, you know what doesn't make this any better is it spills into the crowd. And not only into like just, you know, the student section. This spills into the disabled section. So there's like people getting knocked out of like chairs, and like there's a woman like ripping on for dear life on the Sosa's leg. My man was just in there trying to get at it. He was in there trying to get his inner Floyd in, but oh my goodness, dude went crazy, right? But you know, basically after that, long after, Bill Self just kind of talked about how that instance was no good for what they're trying to establish at Kansas. The Kansas State coach, I mean, it wasn't all a Kansas thing. I mean, he kind of brushed it off like, I didn't see it. It's the way his attitude was just kind of nonchalant about it. Bill Self was like, I didn't see it, but I know what happened. It was no bueno. The other guy's like, I didn't see it, but basically the Kansas University AD was like, boom, no bueno. We do not let this fly. We do not allow this at our institution. We're going to work with the conference and the other team to determine what is the consequences for the situation. And so I guess we're just going to be waiting for this. They're going to obviously try to make an example out of him, similar to the Mason Garrett situation in football, where he takes the helmet off Rudolph and he tries to beat him with it. But he actually does make contact. The Sosa, so look, I'm going to be this guy, you know. They made the Sosa out to be like some wild, cruel, animal, thug, whatever, you know. And like I said, if you just look at the angle, I'm not saying that any of it is right, but if you just look at the angle, like I said, you're going to act a little bit more reactively and instinctively. And you're going to, like, your emotions are already, you know, boiling. It's a super heated rivalry game. You just got your pocket picked. So, I mean, you know, you're not going to let it slide. You know, in Kansas, this has been a thing that's already occurred in which a guy took the ball and dunked it, and he's like, I don't care, whatever, I don't care if we losing. So this has already been a thing. So he's like, I'm not going to be that guy that gets with that bucket because, you know, that kind of messes up point spreads and whatever the case may be. So he over there blocks a shot. He did a little bit too much taunting the guy. I mean, that's been another issue of mine is that guy's gotten a lot, like way too comfortable with this like taunting thing. I don't know if they just want to see it when it gets reposted online. They're like, yeah, like I really did that dude dirty. But like, it was only a matter of time. Like, man, y'all continue to do this taunting thing. I've seen guys like walking over people and everything like that. When you do that to an extent, you gotta understand somebody's gonna react. It may not be, hey, great play, man, great play. It may not be that reaction. So I think you just got to be ready for that. And then I got to just say, like I said, if you're De Souza, you got all these Kansas State players rushing towards you. And they're pushing and they're yelling at you. And you're going to somewhat act like, oh, man, I'm by myself. I'm a lone wolf right there in this situation. So sometimes he's throwing hands at me. He's pushing me, whatever. This antagonizes me. So Souza did throw some hands. I don't know exactly who threw the first punch from the angles that I saw, but I could understand why the situation was heated so quickly. But for him to go over there and grab a chair and all that, I don't know what he was doing. And like I said, if you watch WWE, you grab it by the legs. But you know, I'm not advocating for this. But you grab it by the legs. I don't know what he was gonna do. Hit him. How he was gonna try to hit him with the legs. I don't know what his plan was. But he kind of let this chair go a little bit. Guys behind him kind of, scrapped at it and clawed at it, and be able to get it out of his hands. Looked like he calmed down a little bit, and he was able to make a statement. So I'm gonna check that out real quick for y'all. He made a statement and posted it online, and it's basically with the caption, "I'm sorry for my actions last night, so please read this. Yesterday during the Kansas State game, I displayed highly unacceptable behavior that was a poor representation of my team as well as my own character. There is no excuse for my behavior, and I cannot justify the unreasonable choices that I made yesterday on the court. I only showed a lack of sportsmanship, not only showed a lack of sportsmanship, but I put myself, my teammates, and the fans in danger. I'm truly embarrassed with my actions, and I've let everyone down who supported me on my basketball journey. There's no amount of regret that I can express, and I will correct this mistake. I understand that I'm extremely fortunate to have been given the opportunity to play for KU, and I recognize that I should have never let my emotions get the best of me. Unfortunately, that's what happened. By doing so, I put the Kansas reputation at stake because of a moment of weakness and inconsideration. I have been so grateful for the faith that you all have shown towards me during the last year. I've been so lucky to have experienced unwavering love and support from not only my family, but the University of Kansas and the basketball community. You guys fought for me when nobody else did. I'm eternally grateful. It destroys me to think that the actions yesterday overshadowed everything that we have overcome together. I will continue to support my team and do everything I can to help while serving my suspension. I messed up and I am sorry. So, it's interesting. So here's another angle of the fight. Yeah, the Kansas fans over there like, yeah, man, this is like WWE World Star. They loving it. It's a rivalry game. Like I said, that angle that I just saw kind of did look like the guys in the other team. The guy that wasn't even playing, dude that came dripped out, he was ready to go. He was TTG. He said, I'm not playing. I'm with it, though. So, yeah, it did look like the Kansas State guys were the antagonists. But like I said, I feel like it was just them rushing. It's a large group of people rushing towards a situation in which they're the closest to anyways. Their teammate on the ground. So, I feel like that just kind of, insult to injury. And them guys were not letting it fly. I just think it's a bad look for Kansas because they've already been going through a lot with these NCAA investigations. De Souza was one of the people that was actually a victim of one of these NCAA investigations. So maybe this just gives NCAA a reason to do a little bit more searching. That's not what Kansas needs. This may, turn off recruits from coming to them. Just a lot, So while I want to give the benefit of the doubt and be like, you're young and make mistakes, I don't want to sit here and be that person that's like Dick Vitale's like, you should never ever again put on a college uniform. Like, it's too much, man. Because y'all let Grayson Allen trip people and kick people in the privates and do all that, right? And I'm a Duke fan, but y'all let him do all that and was able to, and like multiple times somebody was like, okay, I guess you should take a suspension for a game or two. There was some uproar that some people that did feel like he should have just been suspended for the rest of the season. But y'all let him come back and play. So don't. If he would have hit somebody with the chair, maybe this situation changes. But because he was involved in the fight, he should never ever be allowed to put on a jersey. I don't know if he should play at Kansas or whatever the case may be. Maybe he should just get up out of there and just kind of leave this behind him. But I'm not gonna like penalize him for the rest of his life for this decision. But it is a decision that does affect not only him, but his family, the fans, and college basketball. So it's going to be interesting to see how this situation unfolds. What do y'all think? Leave it in the comments below. And stay tuned to the next video. Peace.
Crossed over, then we slammed dunk. Crossover. Michael Jordan 6 rings make me slam dunk. Drink no whiskey with the chickens, I'm a slam dunk. Hit on with the pump, I call that.